what really needs to take place, and I don't know why we always seem to forget this part of it. 18-year-olds don't necessarily look up to a 38-year-old the same way they look up to someone that's 22, 23, 24, right? Mm-hmm. They see that person having a similar life experience to them. They can see themselves in that person's shoes a little bit more. I think once we start getting that next generation, I don't want to say that first generation of folks, but let's say a bunch of Gen Z people that are 22, 23, 24 into manufacturing fields, into skilled trades jobs, and the folks that they grew up with that are 5, 6 or so years younger can start seeing those individuals having success, having fulfillment in their career, enjoying what they do when they go to work, being able to purchase a house early on, not having potentially the same amount of college debt that they've seen folks that have gone alternative routes, which are still very valuable, by the way. Like, I think we almost within the manufacturing industry sometimes are really on the skilled trades kick that we're starting to forget how much an engineering degree can do for you. Like, what I want to happen is I want all these paths to feel like viable, prestigious paths. Going the engineering route was 100% the route I should have gone. Getting an engineering degree was definitely what I should have done. It plays to my strengths. It helped me develop a skill set around problem solving, and it even helped me develop my entrepreneurial edge. That's not to say that you can't go into skilled trades, learn the trade, learn the business, and say to yourself, gosh, I've been a CNC machinist for 5 years. I kind of know how this shop runs now. Maybe I want to move up. Maybe I want to own my own shop. Like, I want people to see that all of those paths are viable ways to go. And I think the wonderful thing that can happen in this point in time is people can find more opportunities that play to their strengths, whether that's going the college route or whether that's going the skilled trades route.
A combination of the immediate ability to do the jobs that need to be done in our factories, in our mines. The way to bring it home to people is look at how tough it is to get someone to come service your air conditioner or do plumbing anymore. That's the same thing. There are those skills that only a certain number of people have, and it's a decreasing number. So supply and demand, you're going to pay more for it, you're going to wait longer for it. Well, guess what? In the manufacturing world, if you're waiting longer for it, your plant's down. You're not making stuff. You're going out of business. So we continue to lose and lose and lose. The other piece is bringing the next generation up. How do you teach someone to do, say, manufacturing maintenance if you don't have anyone on staff anymore who knows how to do it? And it's, I think, a lot more difficult than people understand, because people think, oh, you can just read the manual. Well, to an extent, yes. I mean, there are great YouTube videos that teach you how to do a lot of stuff around your house, and I love them. But you'll always reach a point, especially on the more technical things, where it's like, I don't understand, and you don't have a person there to walk you through it. And some of it's stuff you can't write down, stuff called tacit knowledge that you can only show someone how to do. If you don't have people with those skills, passing them on an ongoing basis, it goes away, and it's very difficult to ever get back. Optics, the incentives to do these jobs. Think about it. The baby boomers were the last generation for whom trades, manufacturing jobs, hands-on work was held as a positive. For 3 generations, we said, oh, no, that's a dead end. You need to go to college. You need to we need to become a service economy because we're a wealthy nation. It shouldn't be a surprise that, our kids listen to us. And, now the first generation that started hearing that aren't kids anymore. In fact, they're the next retirees. So as those things declined, it just picked up pace. And I will tell you, when I came out of college, I had a guidance counselor who told me straight up, do not go into manufacturing. I'm a mechanical engineer, right? It's like, that's who's talking to me. That's who's recruiting me. Don't go into manufacturing. It's going to be dead before you finish a career, which again is completely false, number one, because we continue to be a strong manufacturing nation. But talk about destructive. Think of all the kids who did listen.
I think I see right now in 2025, we're at an inflection point. I understand why it's still called a trades gap or a skilled trades gap. I see it more of, again, it's an inflection point just like 1999, 2000 was, of How far do we want to swing the pendulum? And how much do we really need? Like, I remember coming into welding a couple years ago and everybody was like, we need 400,000 welders. And I'm like, okay, my business brain is thinking on this. Which welders, which process? No one could break it down to me of like, do we need shipbuilding and TIG welders or, you know, whatever.
Who do you actually need? Yeah.
Oil and gas in the middle of Texas or rig welding. Tell me the breakdown of, out of that 400,000, how many by process and how far will that go if we don't have it? Because the inflection point is automation. So to me, I ask bigger questions of, is it really a gap? Or is it an opportunity to say, right now, it could be, depending on the company and how far they let it go, do you have 0 people working on this and you are losing business? Or do you have aging out workers that you need to try to reskill or upskill who want to stay in for another 20 years?
Yeah.
Which there is a lot of that we're not accounting for.
Really?
And I say monetizing in statistics. We're leaving that out of the statistics. Like, we have such a skills gap. That's why I question immediately, like, I hear you, I acknowledge that, but is it? Or is it more of, we need a combination of factors to come into play that we are solving for? It's not necessarily a gap, it's an opportunity to say, oh wait, maybe we're just not leaning into our existing...
The people we have now.
People we have to say, what are you interested in? Or, hey, if you could retire tomorrow and we actually really needed you to, would you go do it?
Yeah.
And then have it be masters of their own destiny of how much technology do they want to learn versus how many that are brand new entering the industry that you need to go and recruit.